Well, it gets us talking rugby league, international rugby league, and that's where this chat came from. Because I still don't feel there's enough about it. You know, we're now Thursday ahead of the first Ashes series in decades, and the first test is at Wembley, one of the great grounds where you have been to, Brandy, and I have got to call there. And I almost find it impossible to describe to rugby league fans how bloody good it is to go there. You are hit by history. You are hit by history. And
tell me, did you go to the old and new? And did you?
No, I never went to the dog track. No,
so you've called it the new Wembley.
Yes, I have. The new Wembley a couple of times. I've been to call matches there, and you sit out in the open. There's no commentary boxes. You sit out on an upper tier, out with the crowd, just calling the game.
At the new Wembley?
So no commentary box.
Really?
I've never been in a commentary box in the UK. I've always called either on a gantry or outside, back row of stand. At Old Trafford, I've called in the middle. Like I had the
So hang on. So do their EPL callers, they sit outside?
I assume so, yeah. I assume so, yeah.
That's just the way they do it.
Yeah, like even grounds, going way back, I even went to like Vicarage Road, the home of Watford, and like that's a soccer ground that hosted rugby league. And I was just calling outside. So you've got to rug up.
Yeah.
You've got to rug up.
I can imagine.
But the crowds, Kevy Walters has spoken overnight about English crowds because he's experienced it as a player and trying to let this Australian squad know what they can expect.
When they run out here, on Saturday, they'll get the full English version of the English crowd, and it's a great experience. We need to make it a good one because the English crowd certainly lets you know if you're not going quite so well.
All right, let's talk about your experiences, Brandy, on Kangaroo tours. They're a passionate mob.
I got up close and personal with a number of the crowds. Yeah, because when you'd score a try, you'd end up nearly in the crowd. Yeah, because they're all very small in-goal areas. So you could be going into the in-goal area, and then all of a sudden you're in the crowd. You're there, and then they're
wreck off, Aussie geezer.
Well, they're not meaning to spit, but they're talking with that much passion that there's a lot of spit coming out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, you Aussie.
Yeah. That's what I try. Forward pass.
Yeah. But it is fantastic, and as Kevy said, it's like it is like when you go to Suncorp Stadium. You embrace the crowd, even though they hate you. Like you embrace the crowd, and crowd noise doesn't matter whether it's for you or against you. Crowd noise is good.
Yeah. Well, I struggle to put into words what it would mean if England could win. Like you're giving them Buckley's to win, but I have twice witnessed grown men cry, and I'm saying that truthfully. 2013 World Cup, I saw England in a semi-final at Wembley.
Was that at Wembley?
Against New Zealand. Yeah. Have their hearts broken. Last play the game. Sean Johnson scores, then converts the try. One of the best match ever called. Yeah. Best match ever called, and then had that finish. Yeah. Grown men crying. And then the same can be said from the last World Cup over there. Stephen Crichton kicks that field goal. And they're knocked out in the semi-final.
They don't get to the final.
Old Trafford was their destiny.
Yes.
It was their destiny.
It was.
They're headed there.
Well, it's their home World Cup.
They'd won through, you know what I mean? Right from opening day. They had beaten Samoa. They put 60 on them. First game of the World Cup.
That's right.
How do you think it felt that they get knocked out by the same team?
Charlie.
I saw grown men cry. And if you had Sam Burgess on now, he would tear up talking about 2013 World Cup. Because he was the player that sort of got stuck in the mud trying to defend Johnson cutting back in.
Yeah.
So you've got no idea how much this would mean if they could just get off and running and win the first.
It would be great for the series. Yeah. It would be great. Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm going for them, but it would be great for the series if England could somehow. Yeah. I'm just looking at the side. I'm looking at that.
How do you say now that it's confirmed? The Australian side.
The Australian side is exactly how I thought it would play out. I thought maybe Ethan Strange for Tom Dearden. I don't know how much debate that would have been amongst Kevy and his assistant coaches, and I guess the captain Isaiah Yeo. I don't know whether Isaiah would be involved in the chat about picking the side, but no surprise to see the bench. I think everyone picks themselves in the starting side. Shibasaki, maybe, Bradman Best, but Shibasaki, off the back of his season, probably deserves to be part of the first test.
This spine got to excite you, doesn't it? Walsh, Munster, Cleary, Grant.
How good is it? Do you give England I've just penciled down because they don't pick their team.
No,
they just name a squad and we'll find out 24 hours before.
Yeah.
It's either Harry Smith or Mikey Lewis. Mikey Lewis, who had a very good,
sure,
great grand final. George Williams as the 5'8", Wellesby as the fullback. I'm not sure who their hooker will be. I know I've just quickly run through their squad then, but Andrew, it's a great Australian side.
Yeah.
And we went through that. So the Australian side there's not a player left from last year's Pacific Championships finals team.
Yeah.
Edwards, Coates, Hammer, Tom Trbojevic, Lomax, and we learnt that Hammer won't be playing with Australia in the World Cup next year.
No.
He'll be with Samoa. Dearden and Moses were the halves. There's only 3 players that make it through. Grant, Crichton, Yeo, Patrick Carrigan, 4 players that get through.
You ever watch the movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
I have.
Sean Wayne, real good movie, and Sean Wayne could have been an actor in that. Like Sean Wayne is a Brit head to toe. And he's a rugby league man. He's really he's a man's man.
Was he close to getting a job out here?
He's put his hand up a few times. I thought he might have got the Warriors gig there a few years back. I think it'd be very interesting, but he is he's hard. But he was almost brought to tears previously as well.
I bet you.
He's still at the helm.
Yep.
I don't think the fire would burn any fiercer in anyone in the world of sport for the team they're coaching to win. This is Sean Wayne's thoughts on the test.
In order to give us a chance against Samoa and Tonga, and which is good. I do like that position. But Kevin's a smart coach. He's been around and coached a long time. Been a fantastic player. He'll know what the crack is on Saturday. His team will be ready, and so will man.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
we'll be ready.
They'll be ready. We will as well.
So can I ask you this question?
Yep.
On behalf of it, how much can passion work for you? Because passion doesn't necessarily equal points, like emotion. You can imagine Sean Wayne's pre-match address is going to be, it'll bring tears to your eyes. I mean, he'll have them so fired up. But how can
long
that
does
convert?
that...
Yeah, exactly. How long can that take you in a game? And if it is to be to your benefit, how can it be points, the crowd, all of that?
Well, I think an underdogs, they are the underdogs. There's no doubt about it. And passion can certainly make you start well.
Yeah.
So that means that they need to convert a good start into points early.
Yeah.
Early. They need to get they need to bring the crowd, the Wembley crowd with them.
Yep.
And Australia can remove that very quickly if they get off to a good start. If Australia get off to a good start and the crowd have taken out of it,
the silence.
Forget it. Yeah. Forget it. England need to start well, and they need to come out of the sheds off the back of whatever Sean Wayne says to them and turn that into points.
I would think, and if England was to win, and it's not going to be part of your pre-match speech because you can't sort of put point, but I think they need to score 5 tries. That's the lofty target. I think they need to get close to 30 points.
Well,
that Australian side's got 24 in it at least. And Cleary's going to bang over everything.
Cleary, Munster, Walsh. Yeah. There's points. There's plenty of points.
Can I give you one last one too? The last World Cup, Nathan Cleary really struggled with his goal kicking over there. Is it something different about the balls? Yeah,
there wasn't there?
Yeah. So it's not a given that 4s are 6s. I just threw it in there that it'll convert everything. But now I think back to it, he struggled. Can you remember, did your kickers of the day have problems?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
Something over there?
Well, in the 80s, I guess we did because we're who was toe poking it in 1986? Who was the goal kicker in 86? Mel wasn't in the side.
No,
Mel wasn't in the side.
No, Gary Belcher, no, he was in there.
No, he wasn't in the side either. Jimmy Jack.
Michael O'Connor.
Around the corner.
Now, one last one for you. We discussed it yesterday when Chad Townsend was on the show, the green card. The green card can be used by the referees, the 2 minutes.
Faking injury.
Is this Pandora's?
Well,
is this Pandora's?
Would you? How would we be going? Well, the green card have been used this year?
Might be 7 players at the green card. Might be in the green card box, the naughty box, naughty corner.
But it is interesting. How does a referee determine whether you're faking?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
He's
holding his neck because he felt he's been the crusher tackle. He's thought he's been a victim of it. It's not a penalty. Doesn't mean that he's not in pain.
No.
we have a suspicion that he's feigning it to get the penalty.
There was a couple of bad.
But if you just go bang, you've got to go off for 2 minutes.
Was it Talon De Silva that threw himself on the ground?
Yeah, or Talon. Yeah,
that's a green card moment.
Green card.
Green card.
Kenny Edwards, cramps.
Yeah, but that's years ago.
Green card. Anyway, so lock it in. The final say on this chat, you are very bullish about Australia's chances. You are not seeing England win. You think Australia can rack up, what, as many as 30 points?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Brandy has spoken. He's been there. He's done that. Your thoughts on Kangaroos, England? It comes up Saturday night. So it's a 12:30 kickoff. Fox are on air leading up to kickoff.
That's me and you.
Fox League, yep. We're going to put an Australian commentary on it. Obviously, we're not over there. But we are going to put Australian commentary on it. But tomorrow we're going to talk to Matt Newsom, who will be calling it from the ground for the BBC.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Program tomorrow. Your thoughts, if you're excited about it, what excites you most, let us know. 0457 736 736. Australia v England in the Rugby League. Cricket chat with Barat not too far away.